this theory I've been thinking of. I don't know if I know exactly how to put it into words, but it goes off the premise that a lot of people just don't seem real. I know there's the trend of calling people NPCs, or saying that people are like default. And I was really thinking, is that true? Is there any basis of that? Especially when we use the term default, or at least I do. I tend to think of video games. Like a default character. Like Steve in Minecraft. It's just like the base person. And then from there, especially in RPG games, you'll have to spec out your character to your liking. And how this relates to my theory, I'll call it maybe the doppelganger theory. There's some people I meet, and for some reason, it feels like I've met them before, like I know them. Either the way they act is super familiar, or it's just the way they look, the way they carry themselves. And it's like, there's people I know where I'm from, and then I came here for school, and it feels like I already met the people. They act the same. Some of them have like the same facial structure. They'll be like the same race. Like they'll both like have the same color skin. And for the most part, it feels as if they were to be in a video game, they used like the same base character, and then they just added maybe a couple different specs here and there to make themselves like slightly different. But for the most part, it's like they pick the same character and they act the same, they look the same. And the one, I'll see people around campus and stuff, and it's like, wow, I know this person. Like, I can predict what they're gonna say sometimes, and I'll be able to generally get like a feeling of how they are as a person, like what kind of personality they have. They tend to like the same types of music. They do like similar, they have like similar like quirks and traits. Maybe they'll stand in a certain way. They'll use the same like expression of stuttering, like or or They structure their sentences similarly, and it just feels like they're a clone of someone else, just in a different part of the world. And I wonder if there's someone like me out there who acts the same as me, maybe looks similar. I have had people tell me, wow, you remind me so much of this person that I know, that it's like, it feels like we already knew each other. And maybe that's why some people, they just seem to click when they meet each other. There's no need for like a awkward phase when they just become friends right away. They suit each other so perfectly. And for some reason, it never seems to be people like of different ethnicities or different races. I mean, it always seems to be maybe like a Caribbean person that I know and someone that's African, or someone I know. I was telling someone else about this like theory proposal that I came up with, and then they're like, yeah, I met two guys that they sound similar and they act similar. And one of them was Korean, one of them is Korean, one of them is Chinese. And they don't know each other, but they act so similar. It's like a preset personality, it's basically like a preset character. Not like an NPC, like what people would call NPC, but it's just like a common trope, a common stereotype of a person. How you would like see like in anime, for example, there's always like the main character who like doesn't have a dad, and they're always the underdog, and then they make their way up to the top. Then the side character who's like their rival that's pushing up to get better or something like that. It's the same way we'll see like those different types of characters in anime, and we'll see them in real life. Not like the same like archetype. That's the word I was looking for, archetype. Not the same as anime would have it, because that's obviously fictional stories, fictional universe, different, like whole different scenario. But The premise remains the same. It's just something I was thinking about. And it's weird. And I just hope I'm my own person. I hope there's no one else out there like me. Because that's boring. Well, it's not really boring. It's interesting to observe. But I don't want anyone to be like, oh yeah, I'm just like them. I don't want anyone else to be like, yeah, you remind me of this person because I act the same way. Maybe if I think the same way as them. But I don't want like everything to be the same with me and with them. And that's about it.